So Kanye West and Taylor Swift. Just when you think maybe things have quieted down, right?
Right. It seems like we're always circling back.
This latest flurry of social media activity just threw us right back into the thick of their very, well, let's call it involved history.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it, how this saga just keeps finding these dramatic new chapters.
Yeah.
It really speaks to, celebrity, public perception, maybe just the complexities between them.
Exactly. So what's the specific spark this time? It looks like West went on, well, a social media burst.
Mm-hmm.
And right at the center were some pretty startling claims against Taylor Swift, specifically about her personal life.
Yeah, involving others, too. We're talking about accusations that directly involve Harry Styles and Justin Bieber.
Right. What exactly was alleged?
Well, West alleged a specific sexual encounter involving Swift, Styles, and Bieber.
Okay.
And his statement was very direct about it. He asserted the claim was, and I quote, 1,000% true.
Wow. Okay, that's a significant escalation, I'd say.
Definitely. In terms of their public back and forth, yeah.
And the response from Swift's side, it sounds like it was quick.
Very quick. Reports are saying her legal team has already sent out a cease and desist letter.
Okay, a cease and desist. So legally, what does that actually signal?
Well, it's a formal demand, basically. Stop doing this specific thing, in this case, making these kinds of statements.
Right?
And the reported grounds are serious. That West's posts are false, defamatory, and amounting to sexual harassment.
So not just dismissing it as like typical gossip then.
Not at all. The language highlights how seriously her team is taking it.
Yeah, it sounds like they believe this is, a calculated move by West, intended to actively damage her reputation, maybe even her career.
That perspective really underscores the potential impact of this kind of online talk, doesn't it? Especially with profiles as huge.
Absolutely. And the accusation of malicious intent just adds another layer.
It does. And speaking of layers, there's the reported reaction of Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah. What's being said there?
Apparently, he wants to confront West directly about all this.
Wow, directly.
That's the report. Which, considering celebrity relationships and public image, it speaks volumes about the personal feelings involved when claims like this are made so publicly.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so what about the other people named? Styles and Bieber?
Well, various reports suggest that both Harry Styles and Justin Bieber are denying West's claims through their own people. Informally, perhaps.
Okay, so denials are circulating.
Yeah.
But it's important, I guess, to note that right now we haven't actually heard directly from Swift, Styles, Bieber, or even West since his initial posts, have we?
That's correct. Apart from West's initial posts, it's been public silence from the main parties involved.
And that kind of silence, it just creates this vacuum, doesn't it?
It really does. And in that space, speculation, more reporting, it all rushes in. It emphasizes how powerful that initial statement can be in driving the whole narrative.
Right. So, okay, let's just recap where we are right now. We've got these very specific, pretty inflammatory claims from West on social media. A swift legal response from Swift's camp alleging serious harm.
Right. Defamation, harassment.
And we have reported denials from Styles and Bieber.
Yeah.
And this added element of Travis Kelce reportedly wanting to get involved directly. It's quite a situation unfolding.
It really is. And, to fully get the weight of this, you kind of have to step back and look at the history between West and Swift. It's long, it's public, it's complicated.
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just some random incident. It's like another chapter in a very long book.
Exactly.
You can't even start talking about them without thinking back to, 2009? The MTV VMAs?
That moment, yeah.
When West interrupted her acceptance speech?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just such a huge disruptive moment. It almost felt like it set the stage for everything that followed.
It really was a cultural flashpoint, wasn't it? Not just an awkward awards show thing.
Yeah.
It instantly created this whole narrative of conflict, this unresolved tension that just followed them both ever since. It became the reference point.
Yeah, every single time. And then, okay, fast forward, 7 years? 2016. West drops the song Famous.
Yes, Famous.
With that incredibly controversial line. I think everyone remembers it. I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex.
Yeah.
Why I made that bitch famous?
That lyric was definitely a lightning rod.
Understatement. It just seemed to reignite the whole thing, but on a massive scale.
It absolutely did. It sparked huge debates, about artistic license, respect, how people are portrayed in art. It undeniably deepened the rift.
Yeah.
And it brought a whole new level of kind of personal animosity into the public view of their relationship.
And it seems like even much more recently, Swift herself might have been engaging with this history, maybe more subtly through her own music.
Are you thinking about Thank You, Amy?
Exactly. From her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, specifically the way the title's been capitalized in different versions.
Yes, that's quite intriguing, isn't it? The version that spells it out, Thank You, Amy, those capitalized letters, Y and E.
Right.
It's been widely read as a pretty deliberate nod, maybe even a little jab, at Kanye West. You know, YE.
Yeah, feels pretty pointed. And wasn't there another version too?
There was one stylized as Thank You, AE, KIM capitalized.
Which, again, people immediately saw as a potential reference to West's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian.
Precisely. So it suggests, a continued awareness of the key players in this whole drama.
Right.
Maybe even a deliberate engagement with them, even if it's indirect, through these artistic choices, like leaving little breadcrumbs for people following the story.
So putting it all together, this long, very public timeline, moments of conflict, these perceived slights, artistic references, and now these really direct personal accusations and legal threats. It really makes you think about the dynamics here.
It does raise some big questions, doesn't it, about how these celebrity feuds even function now in our super connected digital world.
Yeah, the speed is incredible.
The speed, the reach. Social media just amplifies everything to an insane degree, and those lines between public persona and private life just get blurrier and blurrier.
With real consequences, clearly.
Absolutely, real-world consequences.
So looking at this whole saga, from that VMA stage in '09 all the way through Famous, through Thank You, Amy, to these latest posts and the legal response, what kind of impact could this latest escalation actually have on their future relationship, or perhaps more likely, the lack of one?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It feels like we've hit some kind of new peak of intensity, but where does it even go from here? That's what I keep wondering.
It is the Ling question. And if you think about it in the bigger picture, the music industry, celebrity culture, this whole dynamic is just a really compelling, if dramatic, case study.
Yeah.
How artists navigate public conflict, how they use their influence, how they shape their legacies, the long-term effects on their careers, their place in pop culture history. It's definitely something to watch.
Absolutely.
Maybe something for listeners to mull over is, given this incredibly long and often turbulent history, could this latest chapter possibly somehow lead to any kind of resolution, however unlikely that might seem right now, or does it just stick the trenches